channel. It's me, Jenisha, Stanley again, and today I'm going to review the book I Survived the Hindenburg Disaster, 1937. This book was written by Tarshis and illustrated by Dawson. This book has 15 chapters and 91 pages. So, what is this book all about? Well, this book is about an 11-year-old boy named Hugo. He and his family are flying on the Hindenburg, taking the 4,000-mile journey from Germany across the Atlantic to Lakehurst, New Jersey, or the landing spot where the Hindenburg was going to land. But just as the Hindenburg was about to land, a blast shakes the ship, and it starts to burn. Hugo only has 32 seconds to decide how to escape. Will he get out of the disaster or not? That's what this book is all about. So let's glide into the story. So Hugo and his family were waiting to get their bags inspected by some German guards. So do you know why they were there? Because they were in Kenya a couple weeks before they were in the spot they were. So Hugo's little sister and his dad both got a terrible disease called malaria. The doctors in Kenya had no cure. So they went to Germany, and not even the German doctors had a cure. But then the German doctor said, okay, go to New York. Some doctors do have a new medicine for malaria. Maybe that'll help. That's why they were there. So a while later, Hugo and his family were on the Hindenburg. It got a little crowded in there. Hugo wanted to explore every part of Hindenburg. So look here in this picture. You see, this is the Hindenburg. It's flying all the way from Germany, all the way down to the U.S. It was about more than 4,000 miles. It's approximately 4,389 miles. Then the pilot said that it ran 8 hours behind schedule, but it actually took 12 hours behind schedule, all because of strong headwinds and lots of storms. So after that, the time got delayed more and more. So then finally, it was time to land. Hugo was very excited, and everyone started looking out the window. He saw people like tiny dots, really excited. So it was time for the Hindenburg to land, except newsmen, cameramen were everywhere. But then, blam! A giant explosion with an ear-splitting explosion got that. But then all the newsmen, cameramen started running for their lives, and this was the problem. Take a look at the picture. Do you see flames coming out from the Hindenburg? And you see the people running away? Then Hugo had to figure a way to get out of there because there were flames in the room. Before Hugo could move out of the way, a jumble of about 10 bodies and lots of tables and chairs crashed into him. So he managed to weave his way out. But then Mr. Singer and Marty popped out. But then Marty jumped, and then your turn. So then they both jumped, and then Hugo fell and hit the ground. But then the world went blind, and then he could see or he couldn't see or hear anything. So 6 weeks later, Hugo woke up. Where was he, you wonder? It took a few minutes for his mind to clear, for him to realize he is not on the burning Hindenburg. He is not in Kenya. He is in a hospital still. And Hugo was glad he was able to go out of the hospital. He missed Gertie. Kids weren't allowed to visit. But Hugo was also thinking about the scary things that happened on the burning Hindenburg, like the 36 people who had died, including a British man he knew. His mom dropping Gertie out of a window to a crew member waiting on the ground. So that day, as Hugo was leaving the hospital and heading for home, 3 people were calling his name. His mom, his dad, and Gertie were calling, and the loudest of all, his dog, who was just barking so much. Then they came into one crushing family hug. Then Gertie's sing-song laugh rose all over. Then Hugo noticed, hey, this Hindenburg journey was really worth it. Gertie is okay. Now she doesn't have malaria anymore. So this is the way an 11-year-old boy named Hugo survived the deadly disaster of the Hindenburg explosion. I'm going to give you a couple quick facts about the Hindenburg. So, it was about 80 feet shorter than the Titanic, but still, it was the largest object ever to fly. Whenever it's fully loaded, it would weigh about 540,000 tons. It could carry about 500,000 pounds. The Hindenburg nobody is sure why the Hindenburg exploded. Most people think somebody has planted a bomb on it, but that is not true. It is most likely that a hydrogen leak was ignited by a small spark, but what caused that spark? It's most likely to be a small unplugged wire that might have caused the spark to send the hydrogen into flames. So everyone, go and read this book to learn more about the Hindenburg and to read an amazing story about how an 11-year-old boy survived the terrible disaster of the Hindenburg. Friends, thanks for watching my videos. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel to stay tuned in on my new videos. I'll fly over to my next video. See you there!